self-love. So this is the biggest thing, because if you have, for example, let me show you something. If you have low self-love, right? It is hard to say no to people because you value them more than yourself. That's the truth. Okay? So, if you have high self-love, okay, you are decisive. Nothing is more feminine than you sitting around like, I don't know what I should do. You know what you should do, okay? But the problem is you don't feel you deserve it. And the reason you don't feel you deserve it is because you don't love yourself enough. You do not value yourself enough. No matter what you do, it's never enough. You look in the mirror, you have six-pack abs, you're jacked, but you're like, oh, my shoulders are small. Oh, I have a weird hairline. I have this. You're like a fucking girl, okay? No matter how much money you make, you always downplay it. You're like, oh, I only make six figures. I only do this. I only make $70,000 a year. Okay. You consistently downplay all of your shit because, again, due to lack of self-love here, and then the lack of decisiveness is a symptom of the lack of self-love. Okay. Because if someone, like some of you guys, right? Greg O'Gallagher, Kino Body, he put out a video the other day. I was just scrolling through fucking YouTube, and one of these guys, he was selling. So this guy was like, hey, Greg, this girl I'm dating with, she cheated on me. And I'm thinking about taking her back. And I was just like, bro, are you like, are you okay?
Shut up and take my money.
This bitch just cheated on you. And his rationale was this. Okay, he's in his early 20s. He was thinking, I don't think that I could replace her. She's such a loving blah, 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 blah. And the reality is, this is like an abuse victim defending their abuser. Okay? She does not love you. She does not love you. She cheated on you. That is the crime of all crimes in relationship other than killing you. But he had low amounts of self-love and he was being indecisive. And we handle this in the Masculine Empowerment Network. We show you guys how to have self-love for you guys out there who have been through it, because there's a bunch of men who have been through all kinds of abuse, emotional, verbal, physical, all types of things. I've dealt with it all. Okay. But the key to solving it all is an incredible amounts of self-love. Okay. And you got to think about yourself. Like, think about if you were the father of yourself, right? And if something bad happened, right? Let's say, you launch a product and it completely fails, you lose a bunch of money. And what a lot of guys in this space would do is they'll sit around and they'll be like, you fucking suck. This is bullshit. This is why you're weak. You need to work harder. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's like a very toxic, dark side kind of the attention that they give themselves. Okay. But what would a good father do in that situation? He would say, son, here's the deal. You put together a plan. You gave it a try. Yes, you failed, but the fact that you even tried is a win in itself. Now, all we got to do is go ahead and look at the pieces of the puzzle, why it failed, look at our old plan.
Shut up and take my money.
And realize our old plan was faulty. And let's see the data we have from this failure and see if we can adjust the plan to make a new plan. And let's try again. And in the meantime, look, you're feeling down. How about we go grab a pizza? How about we go grab a steak at your favorite steakhouse? How about we go get some sushi? Let's be nice to ourselves. Let's love ourselves. Take your fucking self on a date, guys. Right? I go out eating all alone by myself all the time. Bro, I went to the fucking steakhouse. It was lit. I was walking through the grocery store the other day, and in Japan, like the country like shuts down for the new year. And I went to my favorite international luxury grocery store, and they had Wagyu steaks 50% off. I fucking couldn't believe it. 200 grams of Wagyu steak was going for $12. I bought all of them. I pulled them all off the shelf. There's only 2 left. And I got myself some 80/20 ground Wagyu beef. And those are also 50%. I got each one, it was 300 grams each. I got them each for fucking $3 each. Treat myself. I love myself. You can't even get myself the finest, most luxurious Wagyu beef from one of the best companies in Japan. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, I gotta save money. I need to go over to the peasant section and fucking just eat the dirt shit food. No, you gotta love yourself, gentlemen. You have to treat yourself well. That toxic dialogue that you have in your mind, you're like, oh, you're not good enough. This is why you're fucking suck. This is why you just gotta do better. Like this nonstop psychological propaganda warfare going on in your mind against yourself has to stop. Okay? It is not productive. It is counterproductive. It is anti-frame and it is anti-self-love. So guys who have high self-love, okay, they are decisive, right? They know their value. Okay. And then here's the thing, and they defend themselves, right? And here's how when it comes to defending yourself, it's very simple, right? It's basically if somebody says something and in your heart you're like, man, what the fuck, this motherfucker shouldn't talk to me like that, but you don't say anything about it, you have low self-love. Do you let things slide strategically here and there? Yes, but that's a slippery slope. Okay. Like if you're having a presentation, whatever, that's one thing. If somebody in the middle of the presentation, the professor talks shit to you, but you should defend yourself at all times. Okay. There's a guy in my community, and he's a young, good-looking black kid. He's super smart. He's got his degree in architecture. Now he's getting his master's in architecture. And he told me his professor was like low-key sneak dissing him and talking shit. And I was just like, all right. I was like, so here's the deal, bud. This is what you need to do. That motherfucker is trying you. And it's like, it's up to you as a man, because he came to me and he's a young man and I'm his mentor. So he's not being a little crybaby or whatever. But he's like, hey man, what the fuck do I do? This motherfucker's talking shit. I was like, bro, send me a picture of this motherfucker. I think I already know. Some big old fat, ugly, white liberal pussy. Okay. And this dude is talking shit about, my dude, my fucking guy, this is a guy. He's a good looking black guy. He's got a fucking gorgeous girlfriend. He's making 6 figures. He dresses well. He speaks well. He's a very well polished young man. He's a phenomenal guy. I hung out with this guy in Miami too. I love this kid. I'll whoop somebody's ass for this kid. And the guys in the community know who I'm talking about. Okay. And so that being said, the guy was insulting him in the class and like criticizing him and stuff. And I was like, look, bro, here's the deal. You got to go and confront this dude. You need to tell him this is not okay. It is not okay that you do this. And I said, and this is a test. I said, and I gave him both sides of the coin. I said, here's another thing too. I said, the reality of the situation is the only reason he's doing this is because you're kind of giving off that energy that this can be done to you. Because I'm not going to coddle anybody in my community. Okay. People don't try to fucking bully me. Nobody tries to fucking do shit in real life. Every time somebody talks shit online and I see them face to face, they crumble. Oh, don't do. I was just kidding, bro. Oh, bro, why are you so serious, bro? Oh, God, what are you aggro? What's wrong with you, man? Cool. Okay. You got to look these people in the eye when they will it cause an infraction upon your frame? And you can say, hey, listen, don't say that. And here's the thing that nobody wants to tell you. In your heart of hearts, you got to be ready to fucking whoop their ass. You don't do it, but in your heart of hearts, a good defense position is this. Right when somebody gets aggressive with you, I'll show you. Let me go full screen. Just put one hand here, cross your arms, put your other hand on your chin, right? If anybody's getting aggressive and they're within arm's distance of you, they're too close, okay? If they're getting aggressive, if they come close, you either take a step back or you give them a push and be like, hey, motherfucker, I fucking told you, you back the fuck up, all right? But in these more like socially acceptable situations that you can be a little aggressive, just keep your hands up here. That way you could, boom, real quick, put your arms up. Okay. Hit him with the long guard. Get him with the defense. Okay. I don't know if I should tell this next one. But, if it gets to the point that they're getting mouthy with you, you could just, boom, hit him with the headbutt too, right to nose, break it. I'm just joking. Don't do it. I have no experience doing this. I'm a pacifist. But in your heart of hearts, you got to be ready to look them in the eye and just be like, yeah. And don't break eye contact. A lot of people don't deal with the aggressive eye contact stare. A lot of people fucking fold. Okay. Oh, okay. So well, you were saying something about my project. Listen, I don't appreciate the way you were talking to me about that. And a great one that I learned from Brandon Carter, he's like, I'm going to allow you to restate what you just said to me. And just look at him. Put the fear of God in these fucking pussy guys. I'm going to allow you the opportunity to restate that for me. Because another thing is this too. You just got to be ready to scrap. And 9 times out of 10, 9.5 times out of 10, they're going to fold. They're going to collapse. They're going to be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And that's exactly what the fat white dude did.